Well, we are been invited to step on board. I've been invited to step on board with you right now. And that means we're going somewhere, right? It would be pretty boring if the train didn't kind of get out of the train station and go somewhere. Nothing would be amazing. We would just be stuck in the station. So let's go somewhere together for the next 4 or 5 minutes while I have the pleasure of your company. We're speaking about the central flame. We're touching on two aspects, the ascending flame, and then there's a descending flame. So the place between the fulfilling aspect of the ascending flame, which is joyful. I mean, isn't it amazing for you when you discover that there's a possibility for something that transcends mediocrity and lack of purpose in your life? That's what happened for me when you touch the transcendent sense of yourself. When you even have a glimmer of that connection, something comes alive in your heart, right? That's the whole born again movement. When people have found Jesus in that context, there is a tremendous sense of ecstasy, which tends to go to, I know more than you and we're the special ones. But the fact is that there's a heart is ignited. So just the prospect of being able to be set free, thank you, Moses, and rise into another space in one's life is amazing, hey? It is full of joy and maybe just relief that one's not being imprisoned in culture and in conditioning. Anyway, point being, there's something magnificent about the experience of the ascending flame. But essentially, it is a journey, leaving that station, of responding actually to who we are. We're having a sense that there's more to who we are than we have been, than the world has told us is possible. So this journey, eventually, hopefully, maybe now for all of us in this moment together, we have a taste of coming home to ourselves. Hello, wonderful one. Here we are. When Moses had that experience, there was some requirements. He had to take off his shoes. He had to really honor the naked reality of his presence, of what was speaking to him, which turned out to be identity, which turned out to be the voice of his own destiny. And he was given a job. Before we can even take on a job together, it is so important that we acknowledge that what we love most in our experience is the possibility of coming home to find ourselves, to truly find who we are. And to the extent that we collectively are having that experience now, we find that something else kicks in. And the purpose of the journey begins to call. And that is to bring a powerful transformation, a powerful call into the psyche of our soul family, of the human collective, that we have together the power to sound a call, a voice that comes from this transcendent internal space or place in ourselves, and we have the power to change the world by simply transmitting the fire that we are breathing into this moment together. Because the nature of love is simply to love. The central flame is the fire of love. I am happy to be a fire-breathing being. I take oxygen in and I breathe out fire. It's a controlled fire because there's also the truth of love, which has its own intrinsic design and control so that we don't have a wildfire that burns everything up. But we now are moving into purpose. We're moving into a place in ourselves where we can actually make a difference. And the fire of love within us that radiates desire and a call to remember goes out to our human family. We're now activating the expression of the descending flame, of that aspect of the central flame. Thank you so much.